Philly is exposed, and Jack found his balls. Summer's not annoying, and that's probably the most shocking thing this week. All that and more on this week's Restless Wrap-Up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
All right, there we've got Nadia's theme on, which is now our theme song. They should change it to Lacretia's theme. Sounds better than Nadia.
The Restless Wrap-Up theme.
But I digress, guys. Of course, it is time for the Restless Wrap-Up, your Young and the Restless after show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm, of course, your host, Lacretia Lyon, but I am not alone tonight. I have with me my lovely lady on the end there.
Hello, everyone. As always, every week you can find me on all social media at Kiera Giavanni.
And how about the lady in the middle here?
Hi guys, I'm Abbey Scott. You can find me, I do it, like I said, I do it all. I Twitter, Snap, everything, Abbey Scott 1. Hello, add me, let's be friends. I was thinking Lacretia Lyon, that you sound like you're a soap star. That sounds like a soap opera name, don't you think?
I know.
Lacretia Lyon.
Or Empire.
Yeah, I'm Lucius Lyon's illegitimate white child. Yeah. Which is, of course, you guys can always find me if you can spell my name. It's Lacretialyon anywhere on the internet.
They're not going to get it.
But of course, and you can always like us on Facebook. We have our own page at Restless Wrap Up, or like the AfterBuzz page as well as thumbs up on YouTube, 5 stars on iTunes, please no less. But let's get started since it was such a big week.
Finally.
Stuff happened.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I love how the week started out with Jill having serious indigestion.
And I said last week, I was like, there's no way she's faking it. It wasn't big enough. If she was faking it, she would have fell out on the floor. But I was wrong. Indigestion.
It was
Come on, Jill.
indigestion. Yeah, she tried to go with it a little bit. She tried to get everyone like on the camp of, oh my God, Jill.
And I get it. Has anybody ever had indigestion before? It's nothing to play with.
And that's actually how a heart attack comes on.
Yeah.
It feels like indigestion, but no.
And I just want to know when her birthday is, because I'm a Virgo and I'm kind of a hypochondriac. So anytime the smallest thing happens, I'm like, it's cancer, it's this, it's that. So indigestion for me would definitely be a heart attack.
And to me, with Jill, she really wasn't faking it. She just thought it was worse than it was.
Or wanted it to be in that moment.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, God, oh. And, you know, it was funny because when Stitch tells her, she's like, really? And he's like, yeah, you're fine. I love how he was just like with her, yeah, whatever. But Colin.
But that's our Jill.
Yeah, to me, Colin, how he knew right off the bat. Like, that was
giggling.
so sweet. And that's the thing, is they're simpatico.
Yeah. No, they work. And before I had issues with Colin, but this week he kind of won me back. I love a scammer.
Love or money. You know the show For Love or Money? I loved that show. And I guess he chose love, right?
For now. Yeah, for now. We're on the same page.
Well, because that's the thing, is Colin's a bit of a dastardly lad there. Like, but I really liked that they did that with this character, because especially with that scene with Jack, that was one of my favorite scenes in like this whole year, is because it was funny. And it's like, even though Jack is in this crisis and he's there, Colin's just like, oh God, I can't, just cover it up. I can't believe it myself.
And then when Jack threw the money, I was like, oh.
No.
I would have said yes.
Slow motion throwing the money at him, you know.
I would have told him everything. Hilarious. Jill, I'll see you later when you calm down.
Yeah, that's the thing, is she always forgives him in the end anyway.
And she can use the money.
Yeah, right? If Jack's willing to give $1 million away, it's like, just ask Ashley. You know, she can't keep a secret anyways.
And the thing is, like, Jill, you knew it was going to come out anyways, and you knew you were going to be, blamed for it, whether you told or not. You still knew. Jack's going to be pissed either way, so be pissed with $1 million.
Exactly. I mean, Brash and Sassy could use some new lines. Yeah. I mean, you could really
bigger
use some
office.
money. Yeah. Yeah.
A cleaner, a 24-hour cleaner.
Love it.
Yeah, because let's go into Jack. Some moment after that was getting marriage counseling. It's like, really?
Oh, yeah. The marriage counseling.
And that was the thing. I'm like, I'm tired of this sappy Jack. Yeah. But I'm so glad right after the marriage counseling is when things kind of unveiled themselves, because it was so painful to watch.
Yeah, because the thing is I really liked Phyllis this week, especially because she was so honest, and
Yes.
especially in that, scene later with the therapist by herself, but we'll get to that. But yeah, to me, the marriage counseling is what they should have done to begin with.
Yeah.
And we were just saying that, like, our predictions really came true. But it was too soon for us to really be, but I'm sure you guys have been saying it for a while. Go to a marriage counselor. But yeah, they finally did that, which I think was good, but maybe a little bit too much too late.
Yeah, and that's the sad part is that should have been done months ago, and maybe she wouldn't have been in bed with Billy, or it could have been just a one-time thing. That
We're talking
could have
about
been
Phyllis.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing and Jack points it out later that's who you are.
True.
But she does choose Zach. It's
kind of.
Yeah, it's like she chooses Jack, but it's a little too late.
And like Jack said, he was like,
Yeah.
you only chose me because you got exposed. And I felt like
Yeah.
that was the realest thing he ever said. And she had nothing to say after that.
Yeah, because I feel that Phyllis has two sides to her. One of them does want Billy, but the one that, and this is the person that is going to marriage counseling and wanting to build this back, that is the person that wants Jack and loves Jack. And that's the sad part is you can't have it both ways. Yeah.
You can't have both brothers. You can only pick one brother, not both.
And she's been around Genoa City.
Oh, wow. Oh, they've all been around Genoa City 2 times around.
I'm like, there has to be a
But I do-
surrounding
I
city
do.
that they can go to, maybe meet a couple people.
Yeah, I
take
mean,
some time off.
It has crossed over with the Bold and Beautiful, so they can always come out to Los
I know,
Angeles.
Please. It's time.
I love it.
But yeah, I mean, when Phyllis chooses Jack initially, Billy goes and whines to his mommy. And,
Of course.
And I did like, though, because I think Jill really did feel bad for that when she realized Billy actually loved Phyllis.
Yeah,
But
I was about to say
didn't
that.
stop her from going on.
Yeah, no, I think that she really does love Billy, but yeah, she has to make a choice. But I really did like Phyllis. These episodes, I'm not a huge Phyllis fan, but I really liked her, and she was so honest. And my prediction did come true. She did reveal. I know we're going to talk about that
Honest,
later, but I want to jump to it
It's
now.
been going on for months.
Oh, yeah.
Months. So I feel like she was backed into a corner. It's not like she wanted to be honest or tell. She felt like, I have to, or else someone else is going to expose it. I don't respect that.
Yeah, but to me, especially when she talks about Marco, and, I guess we'll just get to that with the therapy session. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Phyllis was sexually assaulted. This is a serious, crime that happened to her. And I always felt that was the reason that she felt, secure with Billy and was off with Jack. And I'm just glad that they finally, talked about it and that she'd brought it up before. But yeah, this was a real, I was sexually assaulted by a man that had your face. And, and all Phyllis
Only in
has
Genoa
felt.
City.
Yeah. Felt shame this whole time, and that's part of the thing with Billy is she already felt horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then like she said, there were signs there. She knew, if she would have dug a little deeper, she would find out that it wasn't her husband. So I don't feel too bad for her.
But who would think that? Who would think that it wouldn't be her husband? It would be someone else that has
Well,
his
when
face.
you live in a city where Patty pops up with different people's faces, this is not far-fetched.
Right,
in that
it's not
city.
far-fetched in Genoa City.
And I mean, the therapist makes that point. How would you think that? But like you say, when Michelle Stafford played Phyllis, she also played Sheila, who took Phyllis's face.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's been there, done that. But yeah, we're
whole
supposed to
Adam
look at it
face
like it's
swap thing.
realistic.
Yeah.
This is real life. So, yeah.
But I did love Billy's response to Phyllis breaking it off with him again. And after he whines to his mommy, he goes and gets drunk at Brash and Sassy during a
Finds another
monologue.
redhead. Lucretia, you're going to make your round as a redhead.
Well, just so everyone knows, I would jump all over that. I love Jason Thompson as Billy.
I think we need to brighten your red
Yeah.
up just a tad.
I'm getting it done in a few weeks, so I'll tell him that.
Go all the way.
Yeah, go all the
I
way.
want Phyllis
Are
red.
you a natural redhead, as Billy would say? That was so corny. I was like, he's going there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love how I put Billy Sheens it up because he was just so Charlie
Charlie
Sheen
Sheen,
in
yeah,
that
he
I
moment.
love it.
Oh.
It was definitely a Charlie Sheen moment.
And then,
With
but I think for
angels.
Jack to catch him in that moment with another girl, that kind of gave him some relief. So like, okay, maybe he's not really in love with Phyllis. It might have just been a little fling or something. He's like, he's still, a player. it's not like he's hung up on her.
Yeah, when he
So that
walked
was good.
But when he walked in, he thought it was Phyllis.
Yeah.
Like, because Phyllis had straightened her hair that day and
Oh,
everything.
you're
and
right.
it looked good. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, but she
was
has
still
red
mad.
hair. Yeah.
He was still very mad, and Billy didn't even fight back. Billy was like, no. I think
He was too drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're definitely on the same page tonight, babe.
Yeah, that's the thing is Billy didn't fight back, but that's what I liked about Billy is he didn't try to defend himself. He didn't fight back, and he was just like, yeah, I am. Like,
I think he knew he would say something really sarcastic or just bad, so he's like, I better not say anything at all.
And we were right in the fact that Ashley was the one to, because, and that was good because Ashley did it out of love for both of them. And,
Yeah.
Billy confided in her and he was kind of mad, but at the same time, I feel like when he talked to Ashley after this incident, he was relieved. And I think he wanted Jack to be mad and to beat him up. And because I feel that
Get it
Billy
out.
and Phyllis both have been beating themselves up over this as well. So they're sort of taking their punishment.
Yeah, and this is kind of the push that they needed, whether they're going to be together or not. Something had to happen, and I feel like at this point they're going to have to be together because they're so ostracized from everyone else. I mean, cheating with your brother's
Brother.
your husband's brother, that's as low as you can get. And she's done some cheating in Genoa City, but there's really no recovering from that.
Well, she totally could be an NHL level goalie.
I love it.
Yeah, there's just no coming back from that. So I feel like
Yeah.
they have to be together.
Oh,
Yeah.
Billy and Phyllis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, but Jack better just like man up and just let her go because it's screaming like she wants to be with Billy.
And I
It's
feel
so
like he
obvious.
talked to her a little too long for their conversation. I'm like, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for these answers? You know?
Yeah, when, where, why, how. It's like, you don't
Yeah.
need to know that many details, Jack. Don't torture yourself, okay?
Yeah, and it's funny because after the big blow up with Jack and Phyllis later is when she had that great moment with the therapist by herself. And to me, it was just like, I liked that Jack got mad and was really into her, but it was such a raw moment for Phyllis after talking about Marco and like the wrestling with whether to tell Jack or not. Because even the therapist was like, well, is it for you or is it for Jack? I mean,
Yeah.
they're even saying.
And I was-
Yelling at the
yeah.
therapist.
Yeah, I was shocked there because I thought the therapist would have been all for her revealing herself and telling Jack, but the therapist kind of gave her an out. So I was proud of her that she didn't take that out, and she was like, no, I'm going to tell him regardless.
Yeah, and, especially when he asked her, Jack asked her point blank, did you sleep with him? Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well,
Well,
Yeah, I did.
kind of, sort of,
Yeah.
really.
like a bunch of times.
Was it just one time?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
As if that matters, Jack.
I know, right?
I do feel like most people are like, if it happened one time in the heat of the moment, they're a little easier to forgive than multiple times.
Yeah, I do notice that, yeah. It was like, oh, it was a mistake that
But
I
I
did
feel like
3,
if
4,
you're
or
in
5
that
times.
moment and you've done it in the heat of the moment, you would think, Shh, I'm already in trouble. Might as well
Yeah,
keep going.
keep
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
Keep
are
going.
What are the chat saying about Phyllis
Oh,
and
yes,
Billy?
let's do. Billy is glutton for punishment. Absolutely. Billy telling Ashley she is taking Jack's side. Oh, please. Billy has always felt like the black sheep. Yeah, so we got a lot of Billy lovers. They feel bad for Billy.
Yeah, I mean, our Melvin fan and Demo Catababe are the ones that they're usually in the chat, and I know they laugh about my Billy love.
Yeah, I feel for Jack, though. I'm kind of team Jack on this one. I feel like he's so sweet, so nice, and Phyllis just takes advantage of him big time.
The thing about this story that I say that they've done such a good job about is honestly all of them are pretty sympathetic to
Yeah.
a T. Because it's like, yes, Billy is sort of, we can't really call him the most wrong, but the thing is he genuinely loves Phyllis and he trusts her, and she
Yeah.
was the one who was there for him when everybody else was throwing him out. So I see his point of view, just like with Phyllis. She was sexually assaulted by Marco, who looks like Jack, so her point of view makes sense. And with Jack, I do feel that he had sort of pushed too much in a way, but of course he is the real victim in all this, so you can't not feel
He
bad.
definitely is the victim, and I think what needs to happen is they need to add more smaller characters in Genoa City, more Bethany's and
Yeah.
things like that, so that he can take his mind off Phyllis. I feel like he's so engulfed with just Phyllis. There's no other woman in Genoa
know,
City for him
right?
to, he had the Hillary thing. Obviously that didn't work out, but he needs more, eye candy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Hillary made up with Devon, so I don't see
Yeah,
that
that's
happening
over.
again. I mean, and it wouldn't be good for her character. But I would love to see Bethany come back and
Right,
have
or
a role
somebody
in the game with
else.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack
bar
needs some love.
patrons.
He needs a good girl.
Give an extra some play.
I know. No, thank you.
Yeah, maybe Jack takes it with the redheaded model now.
Right?
It's like, yeah, I can't
Trade
remember her
it in.
name, but neither could Billy.
Something has to happen.
I know. Give the girl a name. Come on.
Oh, and I guess the last thing to wrap up Philly's reveal is Victoria at the very end finds out.
True. She goes on team I hate Phyllis, which I think everyone... Poor Phyllis, though. That's when you feel bad. You do feel sympathetic for all of them because they all have, you know, their issue, but, you know...
Yeah, that's what's the best part about this story is like you don't hate anyone, but you know that everyone's gonna hate Billy and Phyllis. But I do like that Ashley says this is bad, but she's still his sister, and you know that's the thing is like at least he still has his mother, and while maybe annoyed with him, they are gonna still love Billy. And
with the whole reveal with Victoria, I thought Travis did great in that situation because he could have got all, you know, like, oh, why do you care so much about him and what he's doing? But I think he was a man and he understood, you know, we have kids together, we have a business, so this is my business, you know?
Yeah, and this is the thing is I think Billy is great with Travis because he gets a little bitchy, but at the same time, there's that part of him that knows that he's good for Victoria and he will be good with the kids. So there's that level of respect that he even showed him that it's like Billy got put in his place a little bit.
He did.
And it was nice.
About time.
Because, yeah, it's like he really does care. And he even says that in there. He's like, I care about Victoria and what this does for her. And, you know, he didn't come out and say it, but he's like, I'm glad you're here, Travis, with his mind.
Thank you. Otherwise, she would have acted up and threw a shoe at me, and I didn't need that.
I love it.
Yeah, because I do get Victoria getting... Because that's the thing, is Victoria has loyalty to Jack as well. Even though she's been married to Billy and he's the father of her kids, they have that relationship. But Jack has always been good to her.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat loves Jack, too. We got a lot of Team Jack.
I think
was
everyone's
great
just
to
happy
see.
Jack manned up.
Yes,
So we've been saying, find your
absolutely.
balls for the past month and a half. So the fact that something
And
actually
Ann said,
happened this week was
we
crazy.
all do hate Phyllis. Oh, no, poor
Aw.
Phyllis.
I love Phyllis, guys.
Yeah, she'll
Summer
be
is
back
going
in
to
the
see her
love.
mom so differently.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. After they had the nice mom and daughter chat.
Yeah, 'cause she was all for the love of Phyllis and Jack.
Yeah, I guess let's slide over to Summer real quick, since that was like a really good moment for Summer. And as I'll say, Summer was great this week because all she was trying to do was help her family, and I liked that. And like the scene with Phyllis was just a good mother-daughter talk, and I liked Summer saying, I'm going to give them a 300-page like essay.
Yeah, right?
It's like, you kind of have to do that. It's sad, but maybe she should just start looking at their social media like the rest of us do. Because you can tell a lot about people by how many selfies they take, Summer.
That's true.
I love it. But yeah, I think they had a great moment. But the minute Phyllis saw Billy there, it was like, Summer, get out of here.
Well, Billy was looking good creeping over there in that suit, though.
And I think that she knew that too. She didn't want to get rid of Summer for, you know, she wanted to spend some alone time with Billy. I don't think she's over him. That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's why I hope Jack realizes that this wasn't a one-time thing, that they do have a bond, and it is like they use the word love. Like that's a big deal. That's not just physical.
And he asked her, right? Did
This is
you
a
love Billy?
PG-13 show.
Yeah, and that's where she doesn't
Yeah.
say anything, and that's why we're left, for next week. But
Yeah.
I mean, he knows the answer. He saw it on her face, and he saw how close they were, and Ashley saw it, Jill saw it. I mean,
And he started to put the pieces together. That time at the cabin when you didn't want to sleep with me and you got drunk was that. And she was like, yeah, I was with Billy. I would have just... oof.
But yeah, Summer, tries to keep the peace with Jack and Victor. I liked that because I like when Victor's talking about, and she's like, no, he was there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She stood
And
her
Victor
ground.
did not like hearing that at all. He was just like, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about how
But I feel
amazing
like
Jack is.
he wants the best for his family. So if Jack is good for Summer, I think he's okay with it. He may not want to admit it, but
Yeah.
it's good.
This is one thing I will say about Victor is that he really does care about his grandchildren for certain. I mean, he does try to protect Summer a lot, and it shows, and it really is sweet because he's like, okay, for Summer I might,
Yeah. It's like, my kids, they did their dirt. They're who they are, but my grandchildren, at least I can mold them and have them run the company the way that I want it.
And that's probably like at Eric Braden's insistence, because he is really into his grandkids as well. And like
absolutely.
that's something that, even crazy old business tycoons like Victor Newman love their grandchildren.
Anything for the
He's
grandchildren.
a soft spot.
Well, like Connor. He is so sweet with
Yeah,
Connor.
he is.
And basically, Summer talks with Abby about Stitch, too. So she was sort of the sounding board.
Which was
absolutely.
so crazy to see, because she needs all the sounding she can get any other week.
Yeah.
So
I
good
know.
for you, girl.
That's what I say. It's like, Summer was great this week. I want to give her
Yeah,
props.
she was giving advice. Yeah, she was there for people,
So hopefully she sees her worth as an independent woman and not
Absolutely.
jump into
Yeah.
the next relationship.
No.
That would be nice to see, because I did like that she also didn't throw shade at Abby this week, which was way more mature, because, yes, Abby slept with Austin. Get over it.
Right.
Yeah.
Long time
I love how they
Yeah.
briefly brought that up.
But yeah, Stitch wanting another baby, and I like that Abby was honest. She goes, I honestly thought you were going to break up with me.
Yeah, she was absolutely
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, she does not. A baby is not going to solve anything with their marriage. If if she's not happy and the marriage isn't working, don't have a baby. That's the last thing you should do.
And we have to sort out this whole Max thing. I know they haven't brought it up or
Yeah.
talked about his tumor, but it's still there.
Yes.
Like you said, he may grow up and be 30 next time we see him and doing some crazy stuff, but we gotta do something with that.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's where I think that maybe they're leading to, is they're trying to find an actor to fill the role, to be like that obnoxious teenager to mess with their marriage, because it is odd how that's sort of been, off and on. And I know Melissa Orway was on maternity leave for some of it, so that accounted. But now that she's back, it's like, let's get this storyline going, because
Right.
I like Abby and Stitch. I mean, to me, the woman that Abby has become is really nice to see.
Yeah, but like we said with Ashley, she needs something to do.
Yes.
And just these
Yeah,
visits
they
to the
need a
hospital and
storyline,
dinner
yeah.
is not enough.
Yeah.
And she looks too cute going to the
I
hospital.
know. She's just always, her and Ashley both just always look flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have those cute outfits. Yeah. Don't waste that at the hospital.
But yeah, I mean, let's get to Dylan. Like, Dylan this week was on, and I'm liking
was.
that he is
Fire.
Victor's adversary. Like, that is great. And that he's not giving up. And I like that Paul pointed it out, is you feel guilty about not helping more with Adam. But Dylan really did all he could. He was there, just like Michael. I feel Michael feels guilty too, but the thing is they poured their heart and soul in it. Anybody should feel guilty. It's like Victor, Chloe, hell, even Paul, because Paul's like, yes, you're the police chief and you have to do such and such, but there's part of it that you just dropped the ball, buddy.
Yeah, and like I said, I love Dylan when he's researching and not letting Sharon cloud his judgment, because
Yeah.
Sharon has her own motive going on, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
why she
Oh,
wants him to
absolutely.
be calm and stop looking for things. So it's good to see a man in Genoa City, not letting the women talk him down.
Yeah, but I will say, like, Sharon also knows Victor and has been his victim, as well as Mariah. So I did even though it was sort of a lie about Mariah, it is part of Sharon became really calculating and more in control this week that I liked. She wasn't doing crazy eyes. And
Crazy
she
eyes.
knew what she was doing, and it was good to see, because she's like, no, I care about you. And she was mostly honest, except for Sully's not really our kid. But yeah, everything else is like, yeah, no, I know this, and you're going down this dark path.
Yeah, but I feel like Dylan is not going to give up, though. I don't know if it's like, protecting. He says it's because he's protecting his mom, but I think it's partially ego, just a little bit, because it's like his mom's trying to convince him that it's not the best thing to do. Paul's trying to convince him. So he has his parents saying, don't do this. And so he's running out of excuses on why he's continuing this, I don't know, witch hunt with Victor. I don't know what
But
you
it
call
needs
it.
to
It's
be
like he's not a
done,
witch,
because
but
us looking in, we know that there's so much more to find. So it's good to know that someone is looking into that.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that Dylan isn't giving up. I feel that Nikki's guilt sort of made it, because, as he said, a lot of it's because he knows that Victor drugged Nikki into this, but she pretty much owns that. She goes, no, I knew exactly what I was doing. But that's why it's like, Dylan, then screw your mom. It's not like she's the one who raised you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's like, hypothetically, if I was involved and if somebody else was involved, would you still be looking into it? And he's like, well, I wouldn't, put you guys to jail. But yeah, I'm trying to get Victor.
Yeah, and I hate that she dug into integrity with him, because
Yeah.
it's like, he really, other than Paul, is one of the only people with integrity in Genoa City.
Well, Nick.
Yeah, Nick is a good guy. You have your few, but yeah, that's the thing is, that was so wrong on a mother's part. I get her point, and she's trying to protect him from Victor in a way, but she's also supporting Victor. You can't, and that's the thing with Nikki is you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah. Everyone on the chat thinks that Dylan should be focusing on figuring out that his baby's not his instead of getting into Victor's
He'll
business.
get to that. Revealing this will reveal that one thing at a time.
But it's true. It's like, will his investigation work lead him there?
It has to. Like I said, these phone calls
Eventually.
with Sharon, something's
gonna-
about to come up.
Yeah, I feel it is, but this is one of those things that I honestly, being that Sage and Adam are both dead in Genoa City, I think that it's a story that could stay buried and come up later.
Yeah.
And that would be more interesting because, like, let's just drop it for now because the only thing to come out is Nick, and who thinks he's the father of this child. But
Right.
it's like, where is it going to go from there? There is no drama without Adam and Sage, really.
But we have those, recast rumors with Adam. So I think
Absolutely.
that's who's calling Sharon, and I've been sticking towards that. And we thought the phone calls were just going to die, but it came up, and it was a big topic this week. Adam's calling Sharon.
Yeah, or, I mean, we've
from
always...
the grave.
To be honest, my thought is it's Dr. Anderson who's still alive, or someone, or that that was involved at the hospital.
Someone that knows.
Because I think they're gonna let Sage stay dead for now. And same thing is like we'll talk about the rumors about Adam later, but I mean,
But Victor knows
Victor knows that it was Adam's
that it
son.
was Adam's son. So
But he's the only one. Yeah.
Maybe he has something
The
to do with the
hospital
phone
thing could
calls.
work.
Because Sharon, she's making out Victor to be this horrible person that can ruin your life. Well, I don't know.
But you love all of his children, Sharon.
Yes.
Right? Big time.
But Sharon had a really great scene with Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice to see because we're led to believe that Chloe is the one that did the explosion, but at the same time it could easily go another way depending on how long Elizabeth Hendrickson is here. But the scene with Sharon and Chloe really talking about the loss of Delia and Cassie was just so real. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it how Sharon was making phone calls. Like, she was going to be like, pizza a little over here or something, like, I'll watch kids. And so I think she owed Chloe more than what did she give her, a coffee cake or something?
Yeah.
You owe her more than that, Sharon. No. It was a very cute moment. And it kind of made Chloe a little likable. I like Chloe, though.
Yeah, I love
She's
Chloe.
just adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't stay mad at her for too long. And she definitely stepped up for Sharon. So that was really cool to see. Girl power.
Yeah, I really liked that Chloe had Sharon's back. She goes, you know what? I told her to do it, Chelsea. And you need to, don't
was
get mad at
really
Sharon.
surprised, yeah.
Because, I mean, it was nice to see her, like,
She
not
still
throwing
has
her.
a motive. She wasn't trying to help Sharon. She's just trying to get in good with Chelsea because all that stuff's going to come out later.
Well, and Chloe does have this weird obsession with Chelsea. Yeah. And that's the thing is I liked it when it was, a funny sitcom, but I feel that now that Adam's gone, Chloe has this way of trying to fill his void, and unless you guys are going to start doing it, that ain't going to happen.
No.
Has there ever been lesbian love on Young and the Restless?
Not that I can recall. A chat roll.
We'll
You
see
guys
now.
let us know if there's ever been any lesbian.
Yeah, has there been any?
Other than Mariah kissing Summer one time.
Don't recast Adam yet,
Yeah.
Demo says. The difference is Sharon didn't frame Danielle and try to kill him and then actually kill him like Chloe did to Adam.
Right. Chloe's not likable. No.
Well, we got 2 against 1, though.
Yeah, right. I know, right? What do you guys think in the chat?
Yeah.
We want to know what you think.
Yeah, Chloe, yay or nay?
Yay, nay, nay.
But yeah, let's talk about Chelsea right now because, she came back to work this week and I love how everyone's trying to tell her what to do. And, I like how she told everybody, you know what, this is how I'm grieving. And Chloe really was the only one to have her back in that. But as we say, it's really, she loves Chelsea, but it's a lot of ulterior motive too.
Yeah. I know. She just scribbled all over the drawings.
Yeah.
She's like, I can be here. I'm okay.
That's the thing. You need something to do. And so if it's getting back to work for her, then so be it. Let her do it.
Yeah.
It's not harming anyone.
And I did like that Nick brought her donuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I
I bet
know.
Chelsea doesn't even eat donuts. She's a fashion lady, but
I know, right? And he just left them there. I'm like, take
She's
the donuts.
craving. She might.
It was like she might eat all those.
She was so mean, and he's so sweet and cute and likable. It's like, Chelsea, you can't see a good guy when he's standing right in front of you.
I
with
know,
donuts.
but if there's anyone who's understanding of that, it's Nick. So I don't think he's going to
Yeah,
take it personally.
And that's the thing, is that is who Nick is. He was there because he thought that's what she needed, but when he realized she didn't need him there and was upset, he left. And that was the right thing to do. And then Victor came in. And
I was about to say that.
yeah, but I liked what Victor did. He really is taken aback by Adam's death, and I like that we're seeing that from Victor, because this time he is really distraught because he feels responsible, and in a way he sort of is.
Yeah.
And I liked him giving Chelsea the 35% back. I was like,
back. Yeah, she should be happy.
yeah, and to me, she felt like that was a genuine gesture with Victor too, because she even said, she's like, "But this means that Connor and I are out of your life," and he goes, "I know."
Oh, poor Victor.
Yeah,
Not for long.
yeah, that's the thing.
I think
is-
that he's a little calculated too, because
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
He wouldn't just do that.
It's
Oh, yeah.
reverse psychology. It's like, you never have to see me again. I don't get to see Connor. And then
Yeah, if anything, he would set up a trust fund for Connor, not
Mm.
sign it back over to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like he did do that, being that she might reconsider later.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, he is trying to stay out of it so that she will allow him back. So while they're calculating, it was still a nice gesture and so un-Victor-like.
They kind of want us to. Is the B word? Is that cussing? Are we allowed?
Oh, you can say bitch.
We can say bitch.
If they say it on the
Beatrice
show.
was like, "Can you say bitch slap?" But I think they're talking about Chloe.
Yeah.
And Aaron is back from a 2-week break. Well, welcome
Hey,
back, Aaron.
Hey.
Loyal YNR fans, we love you.
And I guess that just leaves the Winters clan for this week, which was some pretty good stuff. I really liked Neil and Lily's scene talking about Lucinda, because their relationship is so special with Neil and Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's special, but we're not going to hear about it 2 weeks from now.
We're not going to hear about it.
It's over.
Aw. Yeah, but Neil is so, he is distraught about his mom. Like, that was a real moment. And I think they always stick together. That's what I love about the Winter family. They always stick together and have each other's back, so.
Yeah, that is what's really great about the family moments here, is that, especially with the Winters clan, I wish we would see them more, but just like Kane and Lily and Neil and Lily, that whole, family, and Neil has this great respect for Kane because he is a good husband to
Yeah.
Lily, and he always shows that. That's why he was hurt when Kane knew about Devon and Hillary, because he likes him.
You were my son-in-law.
Yeah. But yeah, like Kane and Lily have their moment where they celebrate and talk about taking over Brash and Sassy.
Right? And I think that's a good idea. We've always said Lily needs something else to do. That would be really good for her.
Yeah, other than hating Hillary.
Yeah, because it's like she does run the athletic club, but we really haven't seen her working too much. It's a lot of just been family moments. And
Yeah.
like Lily used to be a model for Jabot, so why not have her model with for Brash and Sassy?
Because these campaigns that they're coming up with, no.
Yeah, with these
Billy, we
these
see where your
redheads.
ideas get you.
No.
Well, Kane's the one who had the idea about
The athlete
and the
and-
model.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, I hate to admit that was a good one. But yeah, my favorite scene was Neil flirting with Lois. That was so cute. I'm
That
like,
was.
Neil needs to get his freak on.
He does. He's had some heavy scenes. And I like that because we needed that side from Neil, but now it's time for him to recover,
Yeah,
get rid of that guilt.
We need good ladies for Neil and for Jack. Maybe they should go do online dating, right?
Yeah, that
We
would
need
be
to
a
get,
funny
like, a new-
storyline.
There you go. We just gave you another storyline.
Neil and Jack tried Tinder together.
I know. I was gonna say swipe right situation.
Or speed dating.
Yeah.
I was thinking speed dating
Or some
too.
kind of masquerade ball, and then it
Or
ends
JD.
up being
Oh,
someone
they would be
else.
JD.
And
Yeah, maybe Lily could set up some speed dating for them at the athletic club.
Yeah. What
Or
happened to
Phyllis change her
Underdog?
face, and she's a new woman.
Yeah.
And dates Jack again. Ooh.
But then that would be sexually assault again.
Hey, we'll worry about that later.
But yeah, and then Neil got to be the put together one in the interview.
Yeah.
So like Jack flips out and reveals his family
Which was
stuff.
crazy. I always thought Jack was professional no matter what. That was crazy to see him flip like that.
He's letting the world know.
Well, and I like that Ashley tried to stop him because she knew where he was at, and she didn't even know all of it yet because. You know, she knew that Billy had slept with Phyllis, but not the extent, and that Jack found out all of it.
Right.
Yeah. She's like, oh, cool down. You know, Jackie. She was such a good big sister this week.
She was, but the meddling. It's she knew that Billy slept with Phyllis, so to let it go right there was like just confront it, get everything out, and then decide what you're going to tell Jack if you're going to be the one to reveal it. Get all the facts.
Yeah, well,
True.
at the point where she talked to him, she did not know that they'd slept together because
No.
Billy had lied to her. He didn't
She
reveal all, but
knows
she
better.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think she thought better of Phyllis, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
she was hopeful.
yeah, when Phyllis was in such a bad place with the Margot situation.
Yeah. Phyllis was kind of, you're right.
Yeah.
Phyllis was kind of forced to reveal that because now too many people knew and they were going to, it was bound to come out. So I'm glad it came from Phyllis, and I think that's what she learned from her marriage counselor. So it's working for them.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be,
Able to put
married
that
for
back
much
together,
longer.
yeah.
Yeah. Jack shouldn't put Phyllis on Front Street. What? Okay.
Phyllis could change her face, and she would still cheat on Jack.
Well, she technically
no.
has.
Right, and then it would make
Really?
him appreciate Phyllis, and then she'll change back into her old face.
Yes.
And he'll be like, well,
I know.
everyone's a cheater, so maybe I'll just go back to Phyllis.
Well,
Hey.
I mean, technically, aren't they all here in Genoa City?
Yeah,
That's what I
they all come back
said.
around.
We need some new people.
We need some new blood.
Yeah, let's just bring Bethany back. I think that her and Jack would be cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. But I guess that is it for the week that was here in Genoa City. So let's get on to our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, Y&R head writer Chuck Pratt Jr. got a new job before it was announced he was out. He will be the showrunner for the new Lee Daniels vehicle, the Empire spinoff Star on Fox, which is great for Chuck, but also great for us since Y&R names old head writer Sally Sussman as new head writer.
Oh, cool.
So it was sort of like a flip, and which is great because apparently she wrote during the 80s, which was the soap's heyday, and I think that that's what they're trying to get back to because
Absolutely.
the alternate schedules of people now, we have more people watching daytime, and the ratings are getting better for Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, and General Hospital. Sorry,
That's
Days.
exciting. When did she start?
It didn't indicate a start date, but if you guys know, if you found it in the secret tombs of the internet, let us know. But speaking of people in and out, we have Tristan Rogers. He tweeted that it was his last day on set, but Colin is still there, and he, so there is possibility that he will come back because I know he's also popping in and out of General Hospital as well. But CBS Studios on Beverly and Prospect Studios aren't that far away, guys.
A little Uber ride.
See, picking love over money wasn't a good choice. Colin.
But, speaking of big rumors and stuff going on, Michael Mahoney is rumored to be returning as Adam. No. And the thing is I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Because as I say, I like Michael, but the thing is I really kind of want Adam to be dead for a little bit. So
Yeah, you said that.
yeah, I'm like, he needs a breather because especially they're still not even really over all of the Delia mess. And it was an accident, as we say, but this storyline, to make that death and impact with Justin's last day, the explosion, we've got to have Adam at least gone for a year. Come on.
A year?
No.
my
A year in
God.
soap time is
I
like
know,
2 weeks.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's just something about Michael's face that has this sneakiness to it. I love it. He's Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be making the phone calls. Let's put that. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for my prediction.
Yeah, that's Adam.
But yeah, so
Come
let's get on to our segments. Alexander was not here, but he still did send in his best and worst dress this week. For best, he picked Sharon, And while I love this dress, when we had Ashley and Abby on this week, how could you pick Sharon?
It was something
Yeah.
new and different for Sharon. That's a good color for her. She looked vibrant. She's out. She's at work. She's not at home making crazy eyes, you know, saying Sully's crying.
She almost got
It was really
fired
cute.
in
And I
that.
know you can't see it here, but it had some cutouts and some rings.
Yeah, the cutouts were really cute on it, I have to say. I'm not crazy about those type of sleeves, but on Sharon, they look great because she's got good guns there. But yeah, I mean, and Sharon was like, not crazy eyes this week. She was put together.
Yeah, it's cute.
But yeah, and his worst dress, of course, goes to Chelsea, almost as always. And I have to disagree. Now, it did need to be steamed a little bit because there was too many creases in the front. But I would wear this, and actually, I went to the website to see if I could buy it.
I would wear
there
it
you
too,
go.
but I think her first day back to work should have been a power suit. So long pants, a little more tailored, a darker color.
But yeah, I just love the pleated skirt is very fashionable right now, and then I love gray, and I think gray is very understated. And the only thing I would have changed is maybe do like a salmon colored top underneath, kind of like Sharon's dress, like that color.
Right,
Yeah.
mix and match. Yeah.
They have the best
Maybe a
wardrobe.
bun.
though.
Yeah.
I know the people that do the wardrobe for Young and the Restless, and they have so many great outfits. They're awesome. So I think this was a good thing. I'm not gonna put that. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do best and worst dress.
Oh, yeah.
I know the people that do it.
I know, that's why I was like, I love that. But speaking of shade, let's get to our shadiest moments.
Shady.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
All right. Well, just a slight bit of shade this week with the Sharon and I said Sharon, Chelsea and Sharon.
We're gonna put their
Sharon.
names together.
Okay, I like it. When Chelsea told Sharon, maybe you should take a break and reevaluate your job description. I thought that was so shady because Sharon's such a nice woman and she was so helpful. She tried to just help. Why did you have to shade her like that? And then the whole scene was Sharon and Nick when they were at the coffee house. It wasn't shady. I mean, it could be taken as shade. She told him,
Semi-shade.
stop fighting my battles for me. And he was like, well, stop getting into fights. It was a little bit shady, but it was cute. And honestly, I want those two back together.
Oh,
Someday.
they're gonna get back together. Come
Someday.
on, they're gonna get back together. It's gonna
Slight shade. Slight shade.
slight shade.
All right, and since we didn't get much time to talk about it last week, I'd love to talk about your Y&R set experience, Abby.
Yes, let's definitely
Cool.
talk about it. Like I said, I love being on the set. Everyone is so amazing. And I can't wait to go and do interviews with all of these amazing, talented people. And I want to know how similar they are to their characters. Because Christoph definitely seems like he has a lot of qualities, like Neil. But yeah, it's a great set. Behind the scenes of Genoa City. Like I was thinking in my segment, like behind, like what should we call it? Behind the scenes. But yeah, no, it's amazing.
I know you said that they have real food.
They have real food. They serve you real food, and the sets are so real. You feel like you're in Genoa City. It's really cool.
Well, that's awesome. And next time you go, take some more photos. Would love to share them with the
Yes.
fans and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But I guess we'll get on to the winners and losers of the week. Of course, my winner this week can't go to anybody but Jack Abbott because, I mean, he was #winning, even though Billy was shinging it up. But yeah, I mean, Jack finally manned up, got his balls back, and he beat up Billy. He yelled
Got
at
it out.
Phyllis and got it all out, even in front of Lois, who's
Yeah.
definitely
Went
going to
to
be taking that
counseling.
to.
It was definitely a one-way fight, but at least, he manned up. A lot of people said, he got his balls, but I don't know. I
We'll have
love
to see
Jack.
the stages of grief. I know the first stage is like anger, and then you have the denial and the sadness. So I'm curious to see this roller coaster, but he definitely looked like a winner this week.
Yeah, and Jack should know all those steps because it's like only 5 stages of grief and 12 for alcoholism. And that is where I wonder where it's going. But we'll get to predictions later since
yes.
I do want to give Summer an honorable mention for the winner because she was pretty good this week. Small doses are great for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to our loser. And I know I talked about it earlier, but Nikki to me was a loser this week because She tried to manipulate her own son and side with her husband, who she knows is always not up on the up and up.
But Nikki always has Victor's back, no matter what. That's what I've noticed. It's like, no matter what, all these years, she's gonna have Victor's back.
And that was the sad part, is like that's okay, and it really is great. You want to stand by your man, but at least when we found out that he had brought Marco to there and was the reason for Noah's fiance being killed, for Austin being killed, and then we have Phyllis is being sexually assaulted every day by this man. That was the one time Nikki and everyone didn't side with Victor, but that was short-lived.
Oh, Timo in the chat said, would love to see the Restless wrap up doing interviews on the set of Y&R. Make it happen after Buzz. We've kind of been talking about that.
Yeah, we are working on it.
I'm getting some love in here. I love it. Timo said that I'm a great host. Wow.
Oh,
Melvin's asking if I'm the 4th host now. Yes.
Yes.
Love my Y&R. And yes, we are definitely going to get on the set of Young and the Restless.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, so why don't we just go ahead and get into our predictions?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Feels like it's Halloween already.
Well, we predict that we will be doing interviews on the set of The Young and the Restless soon.
Let me call Christoph right now. Christoph, can you hear me?
Speaking of stuff going on actually in Genoa City, what do you guys think is going to happen? I feel that Jack is going to turn to the bottle or the pills or something.
Either that or some kind of bodily harm towards Billy. Be a
Yes.
kidnapping.
I feel like Jack and Phyllis are definitely going to get a divorce, and Phyllis and Billy are going to get together, but it's not going to last. And I definitely think Adam's going to come back, and that he's been the one that's been calling Sharon.
Yep, that was my thing.
I feel that they initially set this up before they thought that that Justin was leaving, and they were going to have to either recast or, worry about Adam later. So I think that they may have sort of been teasing that it could be Sage or Dr. Anderson, but we'll see where it goes, because as we've got a new writer coming in, they may have their own ideas. Yeah,
Oh, that'd be so cool to be a writer on Young and the Restless. Oh my god.
or hey, it could even be Patty, but Patty seemed to be on Sharon's
And
side.
I was thinking that too, but yeah, I think Patty's on Sharon's side. It has to be Adam. It has to be.
But yeah, what do you guys think about? Are we gonna see Bethany again? Because now that her on-screen or off-screen fiance is gone.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Did he get her on the show? I was like wondering that. I was looking at their Instagram, and I was like, is that how she got on the show?
Well, yeah, she was on All My Children and Days of Our Lives
Okay.
too, so it's not like she didn't have the cred.
She had the talent.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
did
an
ask-
opportunity presented, and she was ready for it.
Yeah, I did say to Eric Braden, I said, who do you got to know to get on the show? I really said that.
And what was his answer?
He said that he was like, me, I'll walk you up. Don't worry. I'll walk you up. Yeah. I'm counting on you, Eric and Christoph. Walk me up to casting now.
Yeah, Eric is so sweet.
It's going to happen. Like, you got to put things out in the universe, people. But everyone's been so cool in the chat. Thank you for the love. Aaron, Melvin, Beatrice, everybody. Demo, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Well, and cool. I forgot this in our news and gossip, but a sort of friend of mine and his wife is Angela McDaniel, who's the head of CBS Daytime. I just thought I'd add Brian McDaniel. You guys may recognize him from stand-up comedy, or he is on TMZ. He will be on Monday's episode as, of course, sort of himself as a TMZ-like reporter for GC Buzz.
Nice.
Wow.
So, yeah, that you also need to know Angela.
Angela. I love it.
But I guess, do you guys have any last predictions?
I think
or
that's
anything?
it. We got through it so fast.
I
There was
know.
a lot that
I know.
happened. But
Yeah, a lot
You would
happened
think
this
with
week.
3 ladies, we would just be like talking, but Alexandra, I
Get
think,
down
makes
to
up
the
for all of us.
business.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Get better,
But
Alexander.
let's just play the theme song over and over again. That's so dramatic. I envision one day.
Well,
hold on, slow motion.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us then. Of course, I am Lacretia Lyon. You can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one. And Kiera, where can they find you?
All social media at Kiera Giavanni.
And how about you, Abby?
Abbey Scott 1. AbbeyScott.com. I don't know. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching.
All right. Stay tuned for the bold breakdown, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.